All right, hey everybody, happy Friday, and just wanted to give you a little kind of a video snippet. Apologize for not being there this morning, but I think you guys can get a lot done without me. But I just did want to organize a few things for you and get you in that mindset of like, how do I get to this next step? So, regarding your note cards, I will check those on Monday, which obviously gives you a little bit more time if you're not done. But if you are done, that's awesome because it's giving you a space to kind of breathe a little bit now. Okay. So we're going to talk about topic advocacy today. Mr. Walker is there for me and he will be kind of walking you through a few things, but I'm going to give you just a little video piece ahead of that so that you feel comfortable. And while I'm doing this, if you want to open up Google Classroom and take a peek at some stuff, I think it's a good idea while this is playing for you to be having that kind of moving around. So, um, there's a lot of good things that we can do in this next section. And remember, the idea behind topic advocacy is you fighting for something important about your topic. So, it's super important that we look at it as an opportunity, right? Like take something you've read about, learned about in your research, and said, I don't really like that, or I want to bring more attention to that, or I want to make somebody really understand why I'm passionate about this. And I think there's a lot of space for you to kind of reach out to different groups and to really send a message to people saying, this is what we should be doing around my topic. And so that's the opportunity here. So I'm going to share my screen, just give you guys a few opportunities, a couple ideas, and this is what you guys can see as well. So just kind of hang with me as I do this. All right. So here we go. So in Google Classroom today, you're going to see these five things. Okay. And essentially, they're just here. The first one is the explanation of the assignment, which I'll get to in just a second. Then you can see some information about an advocacy letter with a kind of a grading template. And then you'll also see some information about a brochure here as well. This file down here is designed for you if you want to take the Google Slides brochure template. I'm also going to show you Canva as well. So let's go to the assignment doc. So remember what we have here. We got three options. Okay, option one is to, excuse me, um, consider a six-panel pamphlet or brochure. You can do that in either Google Slides or Canva. Option two is to create your own public video, public service announcement. This is something you have to create on your own. It should be a minimum of 60 seconds and can be up to 3 minutes in length. And it has to have some planning to it. I mean, you really got to have a structure to what that will look like. Option three is for you to write a letter. Now, remember, if you write this letter is going to ask people who make policy to make change. So I want you to really think about what that might mean for you, because we are going to send this out. And part of that is that when we send it out, we ask you at the end of the letter to say you want to be part of the solution. And so if you think that way, that this letter would give you an opportunity to share your kind of feeling on this and share your ideas on how you can change the culture of that. So down here at the bottom of this, and you guys have access to this, but there's a sample letter. You can click on that. There's also a letter template that you can open. You'll have to make a copy of these. If you choose to do the letter, you'll have to copy this to use the template. The sample letter was written by Isabel Swanson, I believe, and she kind of walks through a process of like, what did she want to see change? And you can see that in the letter, so you can model that if you want. If you choose to do the letter, again, this is a little bit of a template here. This gives you an opportunity for you to kind of look at the different parts of it. So your name, what your topic is, a little bit of research comes into this space, and then understanding that what are you looking for? So what would you like to see more television advertising? Would you like to see more education? Would you like to see different laws? So you can kind of pick that up as you go, but this is a good opportunity for you to think about how you would do that. The last piece down here is we really want you to encourage yourself to be part of the solution. So at the end of this letter, I would ask that you offer that you could be part of the solution. You put your name down here, kind of like we did the other one, your address, cell phone, email, that kind of stuff. Okay. This document that's in Classroom as well kind of gives you a rubric as to what you need to include in order to get full points for that letter. Okay. So you can see what this is. I will print copies of this for you as well. Mr. Walker will have some copies of this so you can take a better look at this. It gives you an opportunity to say, hey, if I want 15 points for this, this is what I have to include. If I want 10 points for this, this is what I need to include. So if you choose to do the letter, this rubric gives you a nice kind of look at how that works. Okay. So what I really want to spend a little bit more time on is the brochure, because a lot of people tend to lean toward the brochure just walk you through a couple things here. So here are the general feelings on it. It has to be an eye-catching cover page, about 25 facts. That's an about number. You're going to use your categories. So explain that. We'll get to. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. You have to have at least 6 images, 4 of them related to your topic. You got to have telephone numbers and addresses where people can go to find more information. Okay. Um, and then from there, if you look at it, we'll print it into 2 pages. It'll go back to back. They'll look really cool when they're printed. We do print these in color, so the more color you can add to this, the better. So this piece of paper, I'm going to stop my share for just a second. Mr. Walker has this for you, but this is basically a rough draft, right? So this is mine, and you can look at this. You're going to create your own. So on the front page, you can see this is the topic. So what I did is I folded a piece of paper in 3 pieces, right? Okay. And then one side just manages topic, image, interesting facts. Here's the back page, resources, 3 places you can get information, the name of the place, address, and phone. And then your name goes on the very bottom. This piece says most important facts. Now understand, when I fold this down and if I set it down on the table, this is what everybody's looking at. When I open it up, this is the most important facts. Okay, if I flip it over, these are those resources. So that's what a brochure layout looks like. The inside then is what we call organized facts. So this is your categories. We have done that yesterday. We did this. So this allows you to put your facts in kind of generalized categories. And you have that kind of organized and ready to go. So what you would do is instead of writing categories here, you would actually write things like treatment, prevention, causes, all those kind of things. And then your cards will fit really perfectly into each of these sections. And then when you type this up, it becomes really easy. So we strongly encourage you to make a rough draft. And like I said, Mr. Walker has those rough draft copies for you. But you are going to write up this. You're not, this is mine. You can look at it. Okay. He'll have it there for you, but I want you guys to make your own here. So your topic, you're going to bring in a picture. What's an interesting quote? And then on the inside, how do you organize your facts? And you can also put some of your categories on this page as well. Okay. So let me go back to the Google slide piece real quick. So over here, you're going to look at, this is the one from Google Slides. Okay. So here's the same idea. You got a title screen here. This is your back page with resources. Here's your most important facts. If I go to the opposite side, these are your organized facts by categories. Now, if you choose to do this one, please don't delete these little boxes because these boxes tend to fill in perfectly with our folds. Once we print these folds become pretty right on. So make sure you leave those little pieces in there. You can change the color of this. You can change the font size. You can change everything. Okay. You can make that decision. All right. So some people like this. It's a little bit simpler, a little bit easier to manage. A lot of people like Canva, and I just want to take you through Canva real quick. This Canva is new to us just this year. You guys obviously have access to it, so we can make that happen. So what you're going to do is make sure you got Canva on your home screen over here. So it says home, and then you're just going to type the word brochure, BROCHURE. And if you're doing this right now, if you think you're going to do brochure, you should be just following along with me as we go. Okay. Don't pick any of these down here. Just type brochure and hit go. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring us to a whole bunch of brochure templates. The cool part about these templates as they kind of load up here is there's really nice artwork in here. There's really cool different color schemes. And if you mouse over them, you'll kind of see what they look like on both sides. Okay. So if you bring this down, they'll move for you. Okay. Now we're going to create these in 2-page brochures. Okay. And again, you just kind of pick which one you think fits your idea the best. Take a look at the colors, the whole deal. Okay. So I'm just gonna, just for the sake of conversation, I'm gonna pick this one. When I open this up, you'll notice that this one has 3 pages. I'm only going to use 2 of the 3 pages, but the third page is in there, and that's perfectly okay. We'll just get rid of that 3rd page before we turn this in. Okay. So when we look at this from a kind of a bigger standard, when we're doing this work, you basically go in here and you're going to make changes. Okay. So one of you actually has a topic of autism. So it's just really about your ability to kind of look through, figure out what we do. So instead of our services, we would probably write resources here. Instead of these text boxes, we would put the name of a business and some addresses, name of the business and some addresses. Instead of this, we probably get rid of this and I would just put your name down here, right? Okay. You might want to change some of these boxes just a little bit. Okay, and you're gonna get rid of these pictures. These pictures don't really fit your topic, so you're gonna just delete them and find some other ones. Okay, page 2, same thing. Again, so this would be like, if you can see it in the small window here, this would be this part, right? This is where your organized facts go. So, this template might not work really good because it's got this weird little map in it, but maybe it does. Maybe you're talking about 6 different things that you could add to it, and you could use these 6 things as kind of your layout. Okay, so if you have a really good rough draft, you can come in here and you can just tweak this, and it's super, super easy to just lay this out ahead of time. So, as I helped you yesterday get your categories kind of organized, it's super important that we see this as let's make this really simple, but let's really have a great organizational structure so we know exactly what to do. One thing in Canva that I love is like if you decide that this font right here is going to be your heading, so go ahead and make it your heading. So if this was treatment, right? But then when you go over here and you want the same heading, so what we would do is I would just copy this and I would make another one and I might move it over here. And now this one becomes causes. Okay, and then I might do it again. If you look at it, I just go like this and I can put this one, and again, I might come over here and get rid of this one. And then I may make this one say something like prevention. Okay, and whatever you have underneath that in your category grouping will give you an opportunity to kind of get this laid in the way you want to. Okay, so this is a really simple, cool way to do this. And again, if you have questions, we can kind of work through it as we go, but there is no reason that we have to panic on this. Okay, all right. The last thing, and I just want to make sure you guys understand this when we talk about, like your note cards, let's say you're not done today. Okay, so maybe you need to spend a little bit more time on that. Maybe that's your thinking today. Or maybe you're done with your note cards and you're really ready to keep moving. So now you're going to make a decision. Let's get going on it. Let's start the layout. Even if you just get some of the layout done today, that's a good step. And then Monday and Tuesday, we can really get into the content. We can look at some stuff. We'll help you with some spelling things and just make sure that we have things really laid out in a really healthy and solid way. So this part of the assignment is due on Wednesday. Again, you have 3 choices. You can write a letter, you can do a public service announcement, or you can make a brochure. Those are your choices. You don't do all 3, just pick one. And then we'll kind of work back from there. So I got this really cool sign in my back here. It says, believe there's good in the world. 100% believe there's good listening to this video right now. So again, sorry for not being there. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I will have my computer accessible Friday and Saturday and Sunday if you need it. But just let me know what ideas you have or questions you might have, and I'd be happy to try to get back to you. It might not be right away, but I'll try to get back to you when I can, just to make sure I'm helping you out. Okay, so topic advocacy, big deal, right? It's our opportunity to really fight for our topic, not be okay with what's going on right now with our topic, and let's change the culture. Let's make that a lot better. Okay. Last piece, obviously, you guys know this. My expectation for you around Mr. Walker, any sub that I have, is that you do it the right way. Okay, don't push the button the wrong way. Okay, we appreciate Mr. Walker and any other subs we have in the building. We just want to make sure you treat them well. So thanks for what you do. Have a really great weekend, and I will definitely see you guys Monday. Keep working hard, keep moving forward. If any of you guys are going to prom, have a really safe, good prom, good weekend. I look forward to seeing some pictures and seeing what's going on with the whole prom event as well. So other than that, peace out, man. Take care.